This is Peter speaking, and welcome to my presentation on economic security in Fairbanks, Alaska. First, what is economic security? It's defined as the condition of having stable income and resources to support a standard of living now and the foreseeable future. And what this means in Fairbanks and the challenges we face. These are some of the faces. We have a higher than national average cost of living. That's just Alaska in general, with the cost of groceries and fuel, heating fuel, and the just cost of either renting or even the cost of mortgage or to build housing slightly higher. We have limited career paths. Long-term careers are limited as we just do not have the areas that some other states might have, though the careers we do have are good ones if you get into either something to do with the military or if you're working for the government in some form. We have limited resources, not just we have limited supplies of groceries if we're farther away from supply lines, but also building supplies and things like that. We're limited on what we have. We have seasonal challenges. The cold winters, seasonal jobs. There's a lot of people that have seasonal summer jobs, and then they find some less paying jobs in the wintertime to tide them over until a new seasonal job opens up. Our healthcare costs are slightly higher, and also our availability. Alaska in general does not have a trauma center. The nearest one is being Seattle. Some of the larger hospitals, if something really bad does happen, people have to get shipped out of state. And this does make the economic security of our state and Fairbanks in general slightly harder, and just faces a larger challenge because of that. Now, what can we do to increase our economic security? We can invest in the future of Fairbanks. We can make sure that jobs are there for people. We can make sure that there's more opportunity for the generations coming in. Now, we also want to make sure that we have adequate supplies. With the current coronavirus stuff, we've all found out that simple things like toilet paper, sometimes having enough of certain necessities stocked up in the house isn't always easy, not just for the individual or for a family, but also for the grocers and the stores and the suppliers, making sure that they have enough to meet the current demands for the area. Keeping prices down, investing in alternative sources of heating and energy, if possible, is a good way to increase economic security, making sure that the people have the ability to heat their houses, to have electricity, and to make sure that those aren't exorbitantly expensive. Alaska looking at trying to put in the natural gas pipelines as to increase the availability of different fuels for the area and lessen the costs. I know for us in our house, one of our major expenses every year is the cost of heating fuel, and I'm sure many people are the same. Having backup resources or fail-safes, things like the rescue mission, the food bank for people that are in crisis, something to make sure that if something happens, they have the availability of it. Making sure we have medical supplies on hand. On a personal side, maintaining healthy habits, maintaining a healthy lifestyle to make sure that you can try to avoid some of the more long-term health issues, to avoid keeping that down. With Alaska, we're provided an interesting opportunity with our PFD checks. If we are able to keep these, make smart choices with these, don't impulse buy with some of these things, save some of it if possible. These are smart things we can do to promote the economic security of ourselves personally and for the area itself, and putting aside some money. Something that a lot of people, I think, right now are having a hard time with is making sure that there's savings saved for this kind of area, with people being out of jobs or out of work if they're not considered essential. I'm lucky, both myself and my girlfriend are essential employees working healthcare and are able to maintain working, and are also, at least in my case, working for the VA, offered telephonic work if that's what it comes down to. But a lot of people aren't offered this, and companies, thankfully right now, some are looking at doing paid administrative leave for people, but some aren't, and some people are left wondering what kind of things are they going to be facing. And it's put into perspective recently the economic security questions that are faced by families in a crisis. And it's been an interesting few weeks with all of this going on, and it's really put into perspective that we do need to have stuff saved. We do need to have essentials, a supply of them, and most importantly, don't panic, stay safe. Kind of a little joke going on here with the last slide, if anybody knows Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And keep calm, don't panic, and hopefully the trends will start going back up again, and the area will be safe. Thank you.